Hi guys, it's Rick Shields, PGA Golf Professional, and this is the complete driver guide. We are now moving into backswing section of the guide. I've done an overview, talked about the importance between irons and drivers. We've just done a video on setup, which is the most amount of instruction in this whole series on setup, how it differs between irons and driver. And now we're going to talk about the backswing, how we create power, how we keep the body turning so that we make sure that we hit up on the golf ball, and how we can really create that penetrating long distance flight. That's what we're looking for with the backswing now. So if you want to see any of those videos, by the way, overview and setup, link up here in the corner will get you access to those videos, and I would advise you massively to watch those first if this is the first actual golf swing guide video you've watched. So once we now have the setup established and we've got that setup with a little bit more body tilt behind the golf ball, and we've got that distance away, and we've got that really good shaft angle, which is all very key and important aspect to this, is now we've got to make sure as we rotate into the backswing, we're not jeopardizing all of that good work we've done so far. If I draw a line from the golf ball, it goes past my left ear. So it's going straight up past my left ear. In the driver, we want to look at staying behind that line as we rotate to the top of our backswing. Now this is an important aspect. There is also a limit. We don't want to go too far over this way because that's going to have a detrimental effect and we're going to end up hitting the ground too far behind the golf ball. So as I've got this line by the side of my head, I'm looking at rotating my upper body and my hip rotation to make sure that I stay behind that golf ball. If I show the opposite effect of that, it looks a little bit more like this, and I'm starting to tilt my body more to the left or towards the target. So what I'm looking for here is rotating my upper body, my shoulders and my hip rotation, and allowing that golf club from this angle here to start moving straight back and then around the body. As I get to the top of my swing, you can see here I'm slightly behind the golf ball. I've completely rotated my torso and my shoulders to create that power. The golf club went straight back early doors and then rotated to the top of the backswing. Now with driver, this is also a very important aspect, is we don't actually have to create a great deal of wrist hinge with driver. We're looking for a little bit more of a wider takeaway with the arm and the golf club. So we're looking for a little bit more of a wider takeaway. And as we get to about halfway in the golf swing in that takeaway position, then it's a case of moving that golf club more around the body to get that real coiling effect. And you can see here as I do that, that golf club works much more through the body as opposed to going straight upwards, likely also straight underneath. So we want to go super straight going back towards where you're watching now. I've got my arm and the golf club in full stretch mode, and then I'm rotating to the top of the backswing while staying behind the golf ball. That's going to create the power that I'm looking for when I get that shot. That's creating the power. We still need to establish how we actually deliver the power, which is coming in the next video. But that's what's going to help create the power. I think it's also a useful note. I'll just put another tee in here. As I rotate that weight, as I rotate into the backswing, I'm slightly starting to move my weight into the right foot. So at address, I'm relatively 50-50 in my setup, even though I'm tilted. I still feel like I'm 50-50 here in my feet position. As I start to rotate back, it's advised to start pushing weight into the right heel. So as I start to rotate round, I'm pushing more weight into that right heel, and I'm moving my upper body behind the golf ball, and again that's going to help me create plenty of power as I hit the golf shot. So backswing, super important aspect to it. It still keeps us encouraging by hitting up into the driver. That's what it's all geared around, being able to get that driver hitting up through the golf ball while creating power. Rotation is key.